Hello! Can anyone hear us? We're shipwrecked.
Oh my God.
This is fun. Listen, this is gonna be my opener. This is my opener for my YouTube. Just this hot mess.
OMG. I am sorry, people. Okay. I ain't touching nothing else. Here we go. What you want to
Don't
talk
touch
about?
anything. Oh my gosh, she's upright. She's not upside down. She can hear us.
You aren't gonna believe it, but I can't hear you again.
Felicia. I really, really appreciate you talking to me. I hope that the sound continues because you are absolutely iconic. I have been dying to talk to you. Oh my gosh.
Actually, I've been dying to talk to you because I watch your stuff all the time, and I think you do a fabulous job. I got it. Yes, you do some great interviews.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. It's so much fun. I love doing it. I covered your whole season. It was my first season covering. And I just absolutely loved it. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Fairly new, but I blew up. Everybody loved it.
Yeah, you do a good job. You really do.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to jump right in. I have some questions, obviously Big Brother related. Yes, let's get our drinks in. That was just a hot mess trying to get you on here.
That was a hot mess. I apologize. That was just stupid.
No, it's fine.
Just stupid.
We can always blame technology. It's awful. So it has actually been almost 4 months since the finale of Big Brother. I want to know, how has it been for you? How has life changed for you? Because I'm sure it has.
Yes and no. I mean, I'm kind of still doing what I've always done, minding my own, being Felicia. People recognize me when I go out, not all the time, or they don't come up to me all the time. Let me put it like that. But I'm still kind of doing, except for now me trying to learn and do all of this social media stuff, which is really taking me down. Actually, life is good. I'm doing more interviewing podcast things, such as what I'm doing with you, just trying to reach out and hit different demographics of people, topics, issues, and really kind of trying to figure out where I want to land. Do I want to? I'm still doing the real estate, but the market ain't doing great right now. Let me just say that out loud. But still doing the real estate and really love that because I like helping people get into homes. Doing a little bit of cooking, going live with all my glitz again with the cameras and stuff. And just getting out and about, just finding my way. But I really do feel like I've come back to a sense of normalcy. So it's not so, I didn't get that big, right? People ain't calling me and saying, can you, will you? I'm getting a little bit of it, but enough for me to manage.
I'm sure you are, and I'm sure you will be, because there are a lot of shows coming up, and I know they need you. They absolutely need you. So yeah, you just touched on having fans. What's that like? Because, before going into Big Brother, I'm sure you didn't have many fans, people coming up to you, recognizing you. What's that like? Because I'm sure that's a whole ball game. You know what I mean?
Now that is the interesting part. I mean, before I came in the house, I'm probably lucky if I had 20 followers. I mean, I just really didn't do social media like that.
Right.
I use my phone to make phone calls.
Yeah.
I mean, and even phone calls more than text. My son does the text messaging. I like to talk to people. So now that's why all of this social media stuff has become, because I wasn't used to being on social media like this. And so having the fans and people are chatting me and DMing me and this and me and that and me. And so I've said this to live a couple times, and I'm going to say it again. I don't want people to get offended because people say, hey, you're following me. I chatted you. How come you didn't get back to me? Hey, why are you ignoring me? Oh, you're so rude. And I try to be nice and say, listen, I can't literally chat with every single person that has followed me and I'm following them. I said, I would literally be like this all day long. So I said, I follow you so I can just get a visual into who you are and what you do, look at some of the posts that you make, but I can't. And I don't want to engage all day on my phone. That's not who I am.
Right.
And I'm hoping people can understand that.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they have. I mean, they have to. Think about how many people watched the show, watched you. I mean, thousands, I'm sure, thousands. So you can't imagine just talking them one by one.
50,000 followers. I can't chat with 50,000 followers a day.
No, no.
I'm saying what I'm saying.
But she loves you. Smooches.
But I do love you, for real. I do. And that's why I say I try to engage as much as I can. I'll do a thumbs up or a heart or a smooches. And please know that that means I see you.
Yeah. And we appreciate it. I mean, anything you do, you going live is such a highlight to me because you just bring this energy about you. You just have such an awesome, warm energy, fun. Oh my gosh. You know this. We love you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I have a question for you. You said this was your first season. What made you decide that you wanted to follow Big Brother and then start doing this?
So listen, I almost accidentally stepped into it because when I started my TikTok, I've always been a huge Big Brother fan, like huge, huge, huge. But what I did was I posted clips. I started posting clips because I'm like, I don't see any of Big Brother stuff on TikTok. You don't see anything. So I'm like, let me share these clips because they're so iconic. I think I shared a Big Brother Canada clip and it went viral, 5 million views. And I got all my I swear to God, I got 20,000 followers from just that one video. And then I envy a couple of people, Sarah Talks BB and Abigail Adams. And I know that they do kind of the same thing as reporting as what I always wanted to do. So I kind of followed in their footsteps and decided to not only share these clips, but talk about them and bring people in with my energy, hopefully. But now I'm actually reporting on them. Like I give updates, I give spoilers. Your whole season, I was like, this is person won HOH. Oh, and then who won the veto? So it's been fun. Yeah,
that's wonderful. So this has now become kind of like what you do.
Yeah, like a full-time job almost. Yeah. I try to post a lot.
Did you get rid of your other job so that you can really do this full time and just?
No, I still need my other job, but I do have a lot of time.
You're good at this, and so you just watch and see in the next year or so, you're going to be able to put all that other stuff down and just do this.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm claiming that for you.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Felicia. I hope so. Oh my gosh.
Some really good stuff. And you've had some good people on your little podcast and stuff, so that's huge.
I know. Well, this will be my official one. I mean, I did one with Cameron where we kind of talked about Big Brother reindeer games, but this will probably be my official one because you were big, you're Felicia Cannon, So my next question for you is, I know you probably answered a bunch of these questions, and I'm so sorry. But I really want to know casting.
Yes.
What especially with Big Brother 26 starting up and everyone sending in their casting tapes, what did you do? How did you stand out? What was that whole process like that you can share with us?
So here's what I've said to everybody that's asked me the question, what should I do? How did you get in? I said, there is no science to it. My video was a 50-second video.
Wow.
I just did me. And so, you have to do something that grabs somebody's attention right off the bat. So I was dressed. We had come home from a real estate conference. So I had on a cute little top with some pants. And I walked through my front door and said, Big Brother! That's how I started off. And then I said, hey, I'm Felicia Cannon, and I'm walking from my door into your door. I'm walking from my house, out of my house, into your house. You need me. Call me, Julie, CBS, Big Brother. And I told him a little bit about myself, and that was my 50 seconds.
Wow. That's perfect.
So again, I mean, everybody has to figure out what's the something that's going to sell their personality where they can see you and say, oh my God, we got to have her or we got to have him. You got to do you.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes.
So did they email you? Did they call you after that? What happened next when you sent that in?
I sent my video. I always said when I retired, I was going to apply.
Yeah.
So I retired in June of 2022. In October of 2022, I sent in my video. And I think it was the very end of February, first week of March, I got a text. And I looked at my phone one day, because I kept telling my husband, I said, oh, I'm going to get a call. And he's like, you really think you're going to get on Big Brother? Yes, I do. Mm-hmm. So I was looking at my phone one night, sitting on the couch. I think we were watching Family Feud because we watch Family Feud religiously every night from 7 to 8. I'm sitting there and I said, oh my God. I said, somebody from CBS texted me and said to give them a call if I'm still interested. And I said, oh, and I just got so excited. And I just texted back and said, absolutely, I'm still interested. Call me. And they gave me a number. And from there, we worked through the process.
Wow.
It was a lot. So anybody that really is going to apply, it's a lot of stuff. And every phone call, every text, every something that they send you, you have to respond. They don't have time to wait around for you to say, oh, I'll get to it next week. Oh, I'll get to it in a couple of days. Every day whenever they sent me something, that day I tried to respond to whatever it is they asked for. Sometimes we were getting stacks of paperwork where you had to fill out these forms, blah, blah, blah. But you just have to be diligent and just be, responsive to what they're asking for. I went through 5 or 6. It was the first young lady that contacted me, and then I got on the phone next with 2 people, and then, the program casting person, and then the program, all of this different stuff, and then the executives, and then this, and then a psychologist and a psychiatrist, and all. It's a lot. But if you're serious, it's worth all of it. It's worth all of it.
Almost $1 million.
Yeah. For that, it was worth that $750,000. Okay.
Sure did. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So one of those ladies was the first one who contacted you, casting producer Joy.
Yes.
Okay.
She's the person I got my first text from.
Love her. She follows me. I follow her. We like each other's stuff. She's so fun. I love her.
She's fun. And I've already told Joy, I'm saying it again, Joy, I want to go on The Circle, Traitors, and what is it, Squid Games or something like that?
Yes.
Squid Games.
Yes.
Yes. I just watched that one for the first time. We'll start with 500 people. Now that one really is, it really is a lot of luck in that because there's so much in that where you really have no control.
Yeah. Everyone.
Yes, it was still interesting. Trust, I think it is, or Trust.
Yeah.
Trust is good. The Mole. I'm actually going to be live with Casey on Wednesday from The Mole. She was The Mole. And so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. And so they've got a lot of good stuff out there now where I would love to do some of those things, and they're shorter. They're not 100 days.
Yeah. 100 days is a lot. I don't know how you did that. Yeah. But I know so many of my followers are dying to see you on the Traitors, especially. Yes.
I would love to do Traitors and go to Switzerland too. Absolutely.
Right. And that beautiful castle, and to see Alan. Oh my gosh, I would just be in heaven.
Yes, I would love to be in the same room with him.
Yes.
I would love to do Traitors. Joy, I would love to do Traitors. I'm just waiting on the call.
Oh my goodness. Hey, speaking of the Traitors, if you were to be on it, would you be a faithful or a traitor? Would you want to be?
You know, I think being a traitor would be fun, but I hate the idea of having to be deceitful. That
Yeah.
is that's not me by nature.
Yeah.
I'm one who likes to just be very straightforward, very direct, and be very honest.
Yeah.
And so in that game, you have to work really hard to be deceitful. So I would love to be a traitor though, because the traitors have more control over the game.
They do.
They get to kill people, all of that. They get to make a lot of great decisions.
Yeah.
Um, I would. I'm saying this out loud, Cirie, you're gonna be cracking up. But Cirie played a great game as a traitor because, like she said, I think we were in a conversation when she said this to me. She never really had to lie. She just pretended like she was a faithful. She never told anybody any false information. She's very good at that, at just listening to conversation, putting the input in when she needs to, and you just people gain trust in her quick.
Yeah.
See, I talk too much, so I would have to learn how to shut up.
What? No.
Yeah, I have to learn how to shut up.
Oh my God. You would be so fun to watch, I think, as a faithful more because you'd be calling people out.
Yeah,
No.
see, as a faithful, you can call people out. I would
Right.
love to be a faithful for that reason. Then I can just be me.
Yeah.
I can
I
just be
remember,
me.
I remember when, God, it was Jag and Matt that were sitting on the hammock, but you walked right up and you're like, what's going on this week? And you just literally tell them. And then Riley, you're like, so who are you aligned with?
Yeah, so who you align with? I'm still going through the season, and I just got to the episode where I walked up to Jag and Corey and said, "What's going on? What's the plan?
Yeah,
Am I the target? Am I the target this week or not?"
You,
Dad told me later he couldn't believe that I actually just walked up and said that. I said, that I just want to know what's going on so I know how to play this thing out.
oh my God, it was so fun to watch. You have no idea. My goodness.
I still remember the time too. I probably irritated Cameron, but I had gotten so exhausted with watching him sit on the counter too that one day I was like, "Do you sit on the counter at home?" And he said, "Actually, I do." Well, most people don't.
And then you hinted to him that he was leaving. Oh, this will be your last night in the backyard.
Yeah, I wanted to slap myself after I said that. See, I told you I talk too much. It just rolled off my lips, and it's like, okay, I really wasn't supposed to say that. I
And
felt
Red,
so
Red,
bad. It's not like in the room when I told Red, I said, "So what, you taking that cupcake home with you?" Oh my God. Cirie and Izzy and them were so mad at me, and I didn't plan it. It rolled off
no.
like, "Why you got that cupcake sitting there? You plan on taking that home?" See, that's where the telling it like it is part. I gotta learn.
Yeah.
Shut up, Felicia.
No. But as a faithful, it would be good and it would be fun TV, I'll tell you what.
Yes. I probably wouldn't make it to the end. So again, I ain't gonna win the money, but I would have a blast being in there as long as I could stay.
Yeah. You never know though. The faithful seem to be, I don't know if you're watching it, but the faithful seem to be going to the end. So
Faithfuls are doing good this time. They really are. They
yes.
really are. When they actually got my mind just went blank. They just put her out this past week.
Parvati.
When they got Parvati out, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Now I have the feeling though that Peter's getting ready to be in trouble if he ain't careful.
Yeah.
I think they're running him now. They realize he's running the train.
Right. And what he said at the round table was kind of sketchy, and they're kind of like, oh, he was trying to work with Parvati. What's happening here? You know?
I have a feeling even faithfuls are going to lose a little trust in him. I don't think Phaedra is going to get to the end either because I think they have their eyebrow raised on her. Yeah. I think if they ain't careful, Sandra going to win.
Yes. Oh, that's what I'm thinking too.
I think Sandra's my girl now. She don't want to survive twice. I can see Sandra going to the end, staying under the radar just enough to get herself all the way to the end.
Oh yeah. Who do you
Go,
want to see?
Sandra, when she first went on Survivor, she was at McCord, or Fort Lewis. I'm from Tacoma, Washington, so I've always loved me some Sandra because of that.
Oh yeah. I actually, you know what, Felicia? That's one show I haven't seen. Isn't that so sad, Survivor?
Oh
I
my God, are
know,
you
but
serious?
I am no I have watched though now Heroes versus Villains. So to
Okay.
get yep, Sandra and Parvati. And then I'm going back. So now I'm doing Micronesia. I am on season 13, I think is oh my gosh, Cook Island. So
Yeah,
I'm trying to like
season 13 had a great cast.
yeah. Oh, and I'm obsessed. I don't want to say this out loud, but I might like it a little bit more than Big Brother.
I mean, to be honest, Survivor, we started, both of them came out the same year.
Yeah.
And we started watching both of them. Survivor really was my favorite show.
Yeah.
We kind of picked up on Big Brother. We got more engaged with that one later on, but Survivor from the very beginning has always been my show. I mean, in the beginning when they used to eat the bugs and all of that was crazy.
Yeah.
But that's the one I really wanted to go on at the time because that was when I was still active duty military and all of that just seemed so fun. Now at 63, no, you couldn't get me on Survivor. Not at all.
Are you sure? It's only 26 days, I heard, or something like that.
It is, yes, it's under 30 days. So I have to really work hard though to get in shape and see survival. You have to survive those elements. And sometimes they're burning up sweating during the day and then they're freezing at night. I don't do well in all of that. And I don't do well dirty.
Oh my gosh. You know what reminds me? You kind of almost did Survivor in the Big Brother house. Remember when they had you in solitary?
Yes. And I was mad. I'm thinking, I got to go to the bathroom in the same place that I'm sleeping. I ain't liking all of that. Not at all. So, yeah, I don't know. I be looking at them where their hands are dirty. They don't get to brush their teeth. Just all of that. I don't know if I could do Survivor now.
Yeah.
I could do Amazing Race before I could do Survivor.
Who would you do it with?
Oh, if I did Amazing Race, I would want to do it with my husband, Dwayne, or my son, Jair.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, one of
I
those.
would love to see that.
Yeah, that would be a blast.
Yeah. All right. So jumping back into Big Brother, I want to know, what was it like when you first walked in the doors? What were your first thoughts walking in the Big Brother house?
Well, people have said what was the most monumental moment in the house, or think of a time that you thought was just the greatest moment in the house. And I said, the day we walked through the door. When you walk in and you realize oh my God, I'm literally in the house. I am in the Big Brother house. I made it. That is, in and of itself, that's just like unbelievable. I mean, it was just like this excitement that you can't get over. You just say, oh my God. I mean, walking out there and seeing Julie standing across the stage. Oh my God. It's like I've watched this show for 24 years and now I'm standing on the stage and I'm walking through the door. Okay, I just did something.
Right?
Yes, that was the most iconic moment of the whole season. Honestly, it really was.
Perfect. It would be for me too. Oh my gosh, if only.
I mean, it really is, because you imagine it, but the reality of it happening, you realize it's breathtaking. You sit there in awe, and I think that's why I had to really control myself, because that first day when I landed as one of the 4 nominees, because we lost the competition, I was like, I know I didn't go through all of this to possibly go home the first week. Oh, hell no.
We were not having Felicia become another Jody.
Yes, oh my God, please don't let me go home this first week. Come on now. I know I got more in me than 7 days.
Yeah, right? You did. You had a lot more in you.
Yes, I had 96 days.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot more than anyone can say, actually, a lot of people. So after that competition, when you walked in the backyard doors and you saw Cirie, what was that like? Did you recognize her? Were you like, what's happening?
I did. I recognized her right off the bat because I remember walking past and I listened and I was like, I know you. And she stood there and she just kind of smiled. And I'm like, you're on. And I'm like, hey, big brother. And she said, Survive. I said, yes. Oh my God, Cirie. And I'm like, what are you doing here? Now we didn't realize at that time that she was actually one of the house guests.
Yeah.
So after I said that out loud, then I walked over and I think I started talking to Hyson. He was really the first person besides Cirie that I really got in a conversation with. And then later that evening, then me and Cirie ended up going over to the side and we started talking. And quite honestly, we made our final two on day one.
Wow.
On day one, she asked me if I wanted to be in a final two, and we said we were going to connect and work with each other. Well, now I don't know if that was before or after she found out that Izzy knew, and then they had to come together with her. But I know that Cirie and I made our final two on day one.
Yeah, I feel like I'd have to go back.
I would have rolled with that to the end. If all of that Izzy and me getting put on the block, if all that wouldn't happen, I'd have rolled with Cirie and Jared all the way to the end. What I didn't realize, though, is that they were never really rolling with me. I didn't realize that. So shame on me.
I know. Big brother.
Big brother, big brother. That's the twist and turn. Expect the unexpected. That was the unexpected that I wasn't paying any attention to.
Yeah.
So I can't get mad, though. I mean, they played a good game as a mother's son. I would have done the same thing if Jair was in the house. I'd have done the same thing.
Yeah. I know it's tough to just be like the what ifs and looking back, and I can imagine. So speaking of you and Cirie, you guys, were the best duo in the house. Like, so funny. You guys slept in the comic room together. You did, you would have your moments. You did the kayak together. You would do toenail surgery on her bed and everything. And everything else together.
We cooked together. We sat and talked together. We really did.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Cirie. From the bottom of my heart, I enjoyed Cirie in the house. I mean, I even though at times I felt like we were working against each other, I still enjoyed her company because we related. I enjoyed her.
Yeah.
We could actually have, at times, genuine conversations.
Yeah, you could see that, and we saw that. Yeah, us live feeders, we saw that relationship. We loved it. But I know there was some kind of like riff between you guys after the show, because you go back, you look at the things that she says, you said, and of course there's going to be some kind of issues. But I heard you guys are going to be doing a podcast together soon. So are you guys okay? What's up with that?
2 weeks ago, I think it was now, Cirie called me.
Okay.
And we talked for about 45 minutes to an hour, and it was a really great conversation. And I am glad she called. I had started to call her, but I just kind of felt like I never had, outside of the game, I never had any ill will with her or Jared. I mean, but I felt something on the backside where I could tell she had shifted. Like when we went in for the jury house, when we did that all sitting on the couch, that night after that, I could tell she had shifted because she didn't really talk to me. I could tell there was something going on. I was like, uh-oh, something just happened. I didn't know what, because we hugged each other when she went out. And I could tell that something had shifted. Didn't think anything about it, though, not really. And then I remember while I was in the hotel after I got put out on day 96, 97, then I was given a message that she said she loved me. And I said, okay. So then I'm thinking everything's okay. Then on finale night, we seemed okay initially. And then I started in different conversations, interviews that I saw her on. I saw different things that were said. And so I thought, you know what? Clearly she has taken issue with me, or it appears that way. Let me put it like that. And so I'll wait on her. If she decides she wants to come back in, then because I knew I'd given my contact information to Jared and Izzy, I believe. I didn't have her contact information. I had Jared's, but I didn't have hers. And so I said, if she wants to reach out, she'll be able to get a hold of me. I said, but I'm not going to pressure her. I said, because even though I had said, the most I had said was I didn't realize after looking at some of the live feeds, there was a lot of crazy. Now, again, I realized that both of us at different points had thrown each other under the bus. And I even said that to her the day before she left in the house. But I felt like she was still holding a lot, probably a lot more than I was. And I just felt like I'm not going to push her into wanting to be friends. When I realized that she had said that she couldn't stand me and would never come to my house and I was nasty and blah, blah, blah. Now I'm just repeating things that were said back. We've recovered from that. And we talked, and, you know, I'm one who is let bygones become bygones. You cannot hold on to negative energy. It takes you down. And what's the purpose? And so I apologize for the stuff that I said and did that was stupid. She apologized for stuff that she said and did that was stupid. We've gotten past that. And now we have said that we're going to work this thing going forward and hopefully get back to where we were and then some. I want to be able to get together with her. I want to be able to come to New York, hang out, have our drink a lemon drop together and just have fun. Me, her, Izzy, Jared, just have fun. Because like I said, I really respect Cirie, what she's accomplished over her lifetime, and I'm not mad at her. I give her love. That's real. So we are going to do a podcast probably clearly since I still got social media issues, probably on her platform and not mine. But we're good. We're good.
Oh,
because
good.
I believe it's like anything. It's like family, friends. You fall out, you forgive each other, and you come back together. So for me, Cirie, smooches.
Aww. What did you think of the twist with her and Jared?
Yeah, honestly, not just with her and Jared, but with anybody. I really do think it wasn't an unfair advantage. But have they done it before? Absolutely.
Yeah.
They've done it before. They had, what's his name that had him and his daughter, black hair?
Dick and Danielle.
Dick and Danielle. They were on there. There were some twins, identical twins that were on there. Yep. So they have done it before. But I think even more so, I think it was a disadvantage for everybody with Cirie because Cirie has played reality TV for so long.
Yeah.
So she's got a lot of experience under her belt. So for her to have that and have her son in the house, that's a double whammy that really gave them a way bigger advantage over anybody else in the house. And I don't think it was necessary. I'm not sure why they did it. One or the other. I don't think they should have done both. I don't think it's good.
Yeah, it seemed like they...
Regardless of who it is. On the backside, whether it be Cirie or somebody else, I don't think they should do that.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't think Cirie even applied. I think they went to her knowing Jared applied and said, hey, we want you too.
That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it too. I don't believe she went to them and applied. They went to her, and yeah. I think probably later rather than sooner, and that's how they ended up with them 17 people because I think it was a last minute. Oh, we should do this. She had won the traitor, and I think they thought this would be good. I don't think they should have done. I think you would have seen the whole dynamic of the game be different had it been just Jared.
I agree. Not that I didn't like seeing her there. It's just, that is an advantage. It for sure is.
Absolutely. And then the fact that Izzy knew. So on day one, now you got this trio that nobody knows about.
So hold on. Did they ask you guys any Survivor questions? Did they ask if you knew, watch Survivor? Because I'm wondering, they must have known Izzy followed her social media. They must have known Izzy knew Jared. I'm wondering how they let that happen.
They probably asked, I don't know if they ever asked us. They did. We did this thing that had hundreds of questions. So yeah, I'm sure somewhere on there I remember them asking, "Do you watch reality TV? Have you ever watched Big Brother? Are you a super fan?" But they don't really go into all the other shows and say, do you watch Survivor? Do you watch Amazing Race? They just say, do you watch reality? Blah, blah, blah. So they may not have, unless Izzy may have, like Izzy said, she had never really watched Big Brother until
Oh yeah.
she applied and got accepted, and then she went back and watched the whole damn. So it might have been kind of the same thing with Survivor, where now I think she had been following Cirie, so she knew.
Yeah.
But they might not have been able to pick that up on her social media. I don't know. Maybe they did.
Yeah. I always wondered that.
Yeah, I don't know. And I never thought to even ask Izzy that. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the 25th season, I really thought that there would be some big twists. And not only that, but like the 25th season, they said that they were going to bring things back. I was expecting Pandora's box, the key wheel. What else? Just twists that we haven't seen in forever. And honestly, I don't know if this is how you feel, but it was kind of a letdown, especially with the zombie week.
Yeah, the zombie week, and then when Matt got to save Jag, and so we kept waiting for the Pandora's box. I'm like, where's the Pandora's box? We just knew we were going to get that.
Yeah, it almost like they wanted to bring these things back, but they didn't.
Yeah, I think sometimes production too, they have their favorites. Yeah. And so when things don't go the way they anticipate, then they, I think they have plan A's and plan B's and plan C's, and well, let's forget about that because we need to try to make this happen. Now that I'm just saying what I'm saying. Sorry, CBS and production. I don't know if that's really what you did. That's just Felicia's theory that she's sticking to.
Well, we have the zombie week for that. I believe so too.
Yeah.
All right. So I have a very important question for you next.
Okay.
Is your husband around?
He's not. He's upstairs.
We have to talk about your showmance in the house. You and Mr. Big. Tell me about that showmance.
I love you. It was funny how, and it really just kind of started arbitrarily because there was always, when we get in there and you really start cooking and you realize, oh my God, I don't have none of the stuff. I'm looking in the cab. We don't have none of the stuff that I have at home. And I'm thinking, and the guys kept saying, go in the diary room, go in the diary room. And finally I said, I'm tired of running in the diary room asking for stuff. Hell, the camera right here. I'm just going to talk to the camera. And then I'm like, well, I can't just say, well, Mr. Cameraman. I said, so I got to let him know I'm talking to him. And so somebody said, well, call him. They used to call him Mr. Big Brother or Mr. B. And so I said, well, okay, that works. Mr. B, whatever. And then I think I kind of stuck with Mr. B. I kind of went with Mr. B. And then, so whenever I wanted something, it's like, okay, listen, you ain't brought my Ripple milk, Mr. B. What's going on? I need some Johnny's. I need some seasoning pepper. I need some accent. Mr. B, can you please get us some of this stuff? I ain't even gonna waste my time going to the diary room because I know you see me on that camera. You see me and you hear me. So, can you just get us some of this stuff? And it just became habit. And then it got to where with other people, Felicia, well, you ask them because they seem to actually listen to you. And I say, what? Ask not, have not. I said, I ain't afraid to ask. All they can do is say no or just not bring it. But at least we asked.
Yeah.
And I guess I was always willing to ask.
You were willing to ask for groceries nonstop. You were willing to ask for them to shut the lights off. We got the content, Mr. B. Shut the lights off.
Yes. Make it dark in here. I already ain't got no door. Can we just get this light off so I ain't getting all this brightness in my eyes?
Oh,
I think my eyes are worse since I came out of the house too. I don't know if those bright lights for 100 days really do something to you, but I think my vision got a little worse. I can't see that no more. It's crazy.
I believe it. Those are bright, like UV lights, right? Like bright. Oh, yeah, I couldn't do that.
So tell me, what was your favorite, if you think back on the season, what was your favorite scene for the whole season? If you had to think back to one scene that just made you crack up, what would it be? And it doesn't have to be a scene that I was in.
Oh, girl, I don't know if you'll like it, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, there's two scenes. First of all, the whole Humilla week was iconic with all
Yes.
the punishments. You and Cirie in the kayak, and you in the kitchen, especially. Help! We're shipwrecked. And then was it Blue? What's the matter? And she came running out.
What's the matter? What's the matter? We can't get we can't do all this. We got our tea and now we can't even get outside. Me and Cirie cracked up. They ran out because they thought something was really wrong. We said, well, there is something wrong. We can't get to where we need to get with all this stuff.
It was so funny to watch. One of the best punishments I've seen in a while.
Yes, that
So-
was.
Yeah. But I really have to say, and I hope you don't get offended. It's just a game. But honestly, for Big Brother, it was a great show. The pie nominations. Felicia's gonna unfollow me now.
No, I'm not, because I'm telling you, I was so mad that day, but I had to laugh at myself when, I took my tooth out.
I
and
know.
put it on the table because I just knew I was getting my key lime pie. And the minute he gave Matt that key lime pie, I looked at Izzy and I said, uh-oh, but I guess I can go ahead and put my tooth back in my mouth. We ain't getting no pie today. Me and Izzy knew at that moment we were the targets.
Oh yeah. I know. It was just the way they edited it. You haven't seen that yet, right? You haven't watched it back?
I have not seen that one yet.
Oh, the way they,
Yes, I have. I did watch
okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. I just love the way they did it. Just the production and how they set it up. It was fun. It was almost like the key wheel, which they should have had the whole season.
Right.
Come on. So if they had brought back old twists, what would you want to see back? Because you've been watching from the very beginning.
Like I said, I really wanted to do the Pandora's box.
Yeah.
I wanted one of those where you have to decide whether you want to take it, and either you get a punishment, the house might get a punishment. I just thought one of those would be fun. I was also me and Cirie were ready for this one. Man, we would have ate them up on this one. We wanted them to do where you went and had to find the letters to create the long words.
Oh, the spelling competition.
Yes, we were waiting on that one. I wanted to do that one.
I kind
And
of
they didn't do that one.
You guys would read like the back of shampoo bottles, right? To figure out words for that comp?
We were, one day we actually took the M&Ms.
I believe it.
Because they wouldn't let you write. We couldn't have pens. So we used the M&Ms to spell out words. And then when they figured out what we were doing, they came over the thing and said, stop it. And me and Cirie looked at each other and said, they can't be talking about us. And we kept going. They said, no, stop it.
Oh.
And we said, oh, okay. So we put the M&Ms back and said, okay, I guess they're saying, no, you don't get to spell out words because now you have a visual. They didn't want you to have no visual. You had to do it all up here. So that's when we started taking bottles. We just started reading stuff and trying to find words, big words, 20-letter words on the back of something. It's like, okay, well, something in here got some words on it.
And they never did it. Not once did they play it.
They never did. Maybe because we was preparing too hard for it.
They didn't want you to win for some reason. What the heck?
I don't know, because we were waiting on that one.
I know. And then poor Jag was waiting for the slip and slide all season. All season.
He wanted that slip and slide. And I was praying, please don't do the slip and slide. That ain't good for me.
I think they twisted it up with that, what was it, a football one you guys did? It was almost like a slip and slide.
Yes, and luckily I wasn't in it. But yeah, that was pretty much, once they did that one, we knew they weren't going to do the slip and slide.
Oh, Jag didn't. Jag was obsessed with it.
He was obsessed because he wanted to win. He thought he was going to come and win it. And he probably would have.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So speaking of competitions, what was your favorite competition, whether you played it or not? What was your favorite one in the house?
Actually, one of the ones that of course, OTEV. Just to be out there and do the OTEV was a great competition. And actually, I didn't do as bad as I thought I was going to do. And had I realized that I could literally just run up the ramp, I could have even better.
It,
But see, and this is what happens when you've seen it before. So I got stuck on the fact that in all the other years when they showed it, they always worked like they were working so
yeah.
hard, I had to use the rope. So I had in my head, I couldn't get up without the rope. And they were yelling, just run, just run.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, no, I'll slip and break my neck if I let go of the rope. And then realize I didn't need the rope. Stupid. But I loved the one that, my mind goes blank now off all the games, where we had to put the one that Cam won that really took us down.
Oh, the mini veto?
Yes, where we had to take my mind went blank. It's going blank. It was in the week 5, week 6.
I feel like you're talking about the one where they pick the tweezers, right? And they put them, you have to build it on top of each other.
Yes, that one.
Yeah,
Yes.
the mini veto.
I was so excited to do that. Yes, with the mini veto. I was so excited to do that because I watched that one for so long. So
Yeah.
it was fun doing that one. It really was.
Cool.
Actually, another one that was actually fun was the one almost at the very end where it was just me, Cirie, Matt, Jag, and Bowie.
Okay.
And we the swimming one where you had to not knock all the stuff off in the in my mind. See, it just shows you how I done a dump now. But it was the one that Jag won where we had to stack all the things high, but you had to get in the water and do the lanes.
Yeah. Okay.
That one was actually fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that because I did better in that. Once I got a rhythm and figured out how to do it, my stuff fell twice. And honestly, I said, if I had figured out my rhythm earlier and my stuff hadn't fallen, because I only had I think 7 or 8 pieces left when Jag won. And my stuff had fallen twice. And each time it fell, I think one time I had 8 or 9 and another time I had 11. I could have been right there with Jag.
Yeah.
Because his never failed.
Wow.
But he went slow and easy the whole way. He was steady. So, again, I'm not mad at him.
Yeah.
Jane did really good on that one, too, because I think hers fell once.
Okay.
Yeah, if I remember right, I think hers fell once. And I don't think Jag's ever failed.
Wow.
And me, Cirie, and Matt are just...
Yeah. What was your least favorite competition?
Cock-a-doodle zoom when I got stuck in all of that goop and couldn't move. That was stupid. I had to laugh at myself when I rolled up the thing because I couldn't stand up. And then buddy ball, games, buddy ball, because I have what is it where you get motion sickness?
I feel like it's
vertigo and I get motion sickness. So it was 95 degrees outside that day, 95, 98. So as soon as I stepped outside, I knew I was in trouble because I instantly just broke out in a sweat. And then the spinning on top of that, so the nauseousness was just horrific. And even if I had won in the tie that I had with Matt, I probably would not have made it another round because I don't think I would have been able to. The next time I got up, I probably wouldn't have been able to get up.
Yeah, that was tough me watching you do that because you were getting beat up.
I was getting beat up. I was falling. When I fell that first time, the palm of my hand was raw. And it was on fire. And I kept saying, "Oh my!" And then I fell again. So that was a hard one for me, physically hard. That took a lot out.
Yeah, I'm sure. Of course, CBS is making it look like all fun and games, and here you are getting beat up.
Yeah,
poor Felicia.
That was hard. I felt myself getting dehydrated and everything. It was really too hot outside for us to do that day.
Yeah. They've done that before where they just don't care about the temperature. They throw you out there for the competitions.
I mean, because even those guys that were sitting there watching us, they were getting up, putting ice bags on themselves because they were sweating like cows. It was somewhere between 95 and 98 degrees. It was horrific.
Wow. Yeah, that does not sound like fun.
Yeah.
So have you actually seen, I know you said you watched a little bit of the show. I think you said up until the Riley HOH?
Oh no,
Is that
I've
the
watched it actually all the way through now to, I just finished watching it the other day. And I got to where who went home? I got to where, oh, actually I'm up where Corey in America, where Corey went home.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of far. Yeah.
I'm kind of far now. I've gotten to day 72, 76. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you thinking so far?
Uh, I realize now there were so many conversations going on that I didn't know about. And I realized the place that I thought I had with people I never really had. And I realized that, now it was my game that I actually kind of planned on playing or perpetuated was cooking. I went in knowing that was going to be my safeguard to stay longer was if I cooked dinner. If I
Yeah.
could get them happy with the way I cook, they would say, well, she ain't really doing nothing, but she probably ain't gonna win that many comps, but she cooking, so we can hold on to her for a minute. So I knew that was my end. But I think after a while, it really was kind of offensive that I kept getting put on the block. I became like the seasoned pawn. And after a while, that, in a way, it became hurtful because it's like, how come nobody seems to care about my feelings? So I'm just the easy pawn now.
Yeah.
That became bothersome. I mean, I set the record for being on the block 8 times.
You did. Yeah. How much was Taylor on the block? Was she on 7?
I think it was 5.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not, I can't imagine. That's not fun. I feel like once they put you on the block, like they keep doing it. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're just an easy person to put on once you're on once.
Yeah,
So,
because they say, I don't want to get my hands dirty. We'll just keep putting that person.
yeah.
They ought to have something behind the scenes, some rule where they say, after somebody's been on the block 3 times, you got to wait at least 3 weeks for you to put them on again. Something. Because you can't
Yeah.
just make somebody be the pawn I guess you can, because that's what they did with me. Because I was on the block week 1, week 6, week 9, 10, 11, then they skipped 12, and then 13, double eviction, and then 14.
Yeah.
It was
That's
a lot.
quite a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry. I would never put you on the block, Felicia.
that's what you probably have to.
I know. I know. Okay, so when you first got to the house, what was your, no, I'm sorry. When you heard the FBJ remix, I need to know. When you first got out of the house and heard that song, what did you think?
I really was shocked. And Izzy is the one that told me and showed me the
Oh, yeah.
video. She said, they have a whole music video out there on you. I said, what are you
Oh,
talking about? She said, they created a video with you talking about effing Bowie Jane. I said, huh? And she said, hold on. She said, you blew up on TikTok. And then she pulled it up and I'm like, oh my God. I was stunned. I'm like, send it to me. And I was worried a little bit, because, I'm in my face of a mustard seed just talking about effing Bowie J. And so I thought, oh, Lord, I hope my mom and them ain't mad. I hope Dwayne ain't mad. But I loved it, actually. I thought, because, I remember I still remember saying, Bowie Jane. But I think everybody in the house at one point or time, you say, oh, bump this person. Oh, bump that person. But did I really dislike anybody? No, I really didn't. I thought each person in their own way had good qualities about them. I thought
yeah.
we had a really good cast this year.
Oh, yeah. That was such a good cast. And
I thought
you're
we had
also
a
living,
really good cast.
yeah. And you're also living in such small, like, I'm sure I've heard this before. When you go in the Big Brother house, it's not as big, right? As people think it is on TV. It's quite small. So there's 16 of you for so many days stuck together, and you're only outside, what, like 1 time out of like 4, maybe? So I can imagine that you get kind of annoyed with people.
Exactly. You're really only outside from Friday, sometimes early Saturday to Monday, maybe Tuesday. And the
Wow.
rest of the time, you're in the house.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say the house is small, but for 16 people, and then the way they have it set up where you got 4 people here, 4 people here, 5 people in another room, So you don't ever have any space to yourself. That's what makes it small, because you can't get away. And even if you do get away, because Corey was good at going upstairs and just plopping himself upstairs, and a lot of times he would get that alone time. But when you do that, then everybody's raising an eyebrow like, why are they up there? Why are they trying to be by themselves? They must be. So even when you try to be by yourself to get quiet time, it's looked at as a negative, because people literally want you to be talking all day long. But then the minute they see you congregate, well, what are they talking about? I bet they're talking about this. I bet they're congregating. Oh, they must be in a showman. They must be in a. So it's all of that. So it is a very emotionally draining game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do want to play it just like off my bucket list, but you have to prepare yourself, I'm sure.
You really do. And I think even when you prepare, and I thought I was prepared, but you really can't get totally prepared. Being in that environment, just 24/7, it takes a lot. You really have to be mentally strong to make it work.
Yeah.
You really do, and you have to let a lot roll off.
Yeah.
You have to let a lot.
A lot of people in these reality competition shows, especially if they haven't played them before. Well, I'm thinking of Traitors. So they come on to the Traitors, a reality competition show, and they're just known for reality TV. A lot of them are still kind of butthurt about the moves other people have made, but I'm it's just a game. You guys have to realize it's just a TV show game. So, yeah.
You do, because I remember a couple times people in the house saying, I hate this person. And I remember saying, this is a game. It's nothing in here should make you say, I hate somebody. You ain't supposed to take it that serious or that personal. Because now you're letting them affect you the wrong way. And you talking about you hate them and they don't even care, don't even know. And so that's when you really do have to step back and say, it's a game.
Yeah.
It's a game.
Yeah.
And the lying, cheating, and stealing is part of the game.
Yes.
It's just a matter of, can you figure out who you can be loyal to and who's going to be loyal to you? That's really the big something. Who can you trust? That whole season trying to figure out who I could trust.
I know. That's tough.
Yes.
Speaking of who you can trust and the game and not feeling any, personal reasons for this, who are you still close with? Who do you still talk to in the house? From the house.
Mimi is my girl.
Yes.
She just chatted me and said she's going to call me in the next couple days. Actually, I've talked to Mimi. I've talked to Jag multiple times. I've talked to Corey in America a couple of times. I've talked to Blue, and me and Blue have chatted each other as well. I've talked to, my mind's going blank now. Mimi. I talked to Cirie. I haven't talked to Izzy or Jared since I've gotten back home. And that's about it. Now, Matt's mom has gotten a hold of me. In fact, I told her when we came back that I was going to get a hold of her. And actually, because they're here in Georgia, I think in Canton or somewhere. So I am going to, at some point, connect with her and just hang out and do lunch or something one day.
Oh, cool.
I think that would be nice. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I talked to Cameron, because Cameron and I did that Survivor something virtual.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so when I got to see him live on there. So yeah, I've talked to a good portion of the cast.
Okay.
And for the ones that I haven't, like I said, I don't push people. If I didn't get their personal information before I left there, then I basically don't have a means to get to them, I guess, unless I went in and just DM'd them. And I just haven't done that. But again, I'm open to, I'm not mad at anybody. I don't have nothing with nobody.
Good. Plus, you guys all need your little space. You spent 100 days together. You guys need a little space, I'm sure.
Yes, you just said something.
Yeah.
And you can feel, like I said, on the backside. And then, now this is the funny. Here I was thinking my husband wouldn't even be looking, him and my son, oh, they ain't looking at live feeds. Because in the 20-something years we watched the show, we never watched live feeds. Never.
Oh, wow.
All we ever did was watch the show. And so they said, you don't think he's watching live feeds? Oh, no. He don't even know nothing about that. Got home, he had recorded live feeds. He said he watched from the time he got up till 10 o'clock at night when I went to bed.
Oh.
Had recorded a lot of it. And so then, I don't know, after about the second or third day, I said, I don't want to see no more. I don't want to see no more, because I started getting my feelings hurt. I said, it doesn't matter. It's over. The game's over. I don't want to know. I just don't want to know. Because you really can't get your feelings hurt.
Yeah. Well, the live feeds really shows you, a lot because it's live.
Yeah, and so here's what I'll say to people who think they know what the show's about when you're watching just the show. Oh, you don't know nothing.
Oh, no.
If you don't get on those live feeds, you have no idea what's really going on.
I tell everybody, two different shows.
Two different shows, because production is giving you one show based on what they want you to see, and the live feeds tell you who people really are.
They sure do. Yes. Now you just said something.
I just said something. And trust me, from here on out, I'll be watching live feeds.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. I literally only watch the episodes for the eviction and for the DRs, because you don't get to see the DRs. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But a lot of the times I'm just like glazed over, like, because it's not interesting in a way.
Yeah.
But, yeah. What other shows can we see you on, if any? Do you want to be on, I should say?
Well, like I said, if I could do Traitors, if I could do The Circle, if I could do Trust, if I could do The Mole, what's that one with the S?
Squid Game. Yes, that would be good.
Yeah. Any of those I think would just be fun, and they're newer ones.
Yeah.
And so it would be nice to go in and play one of those. A couple of those. I wouldn't even care.
Oh yeah, I would love seeing you on Squid Game.
Yeah, I think Squid Games would be fun. But like I said, it's so up in the air. I mean, you really have to manage relationships in that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's about luck, but you can still like sabotage people.
Yes.
So
yes,
for sure.
It's not connection, relationship, and because it's not a lot. It's not physical.
Yeah.
It really is a mental and a strategy game, and then a lot of luck.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So before I don't want to keep you for too long, but before I head out, I just want to know, we kind of talked about your cooking channel and your podcast that you're going to be doing. Is there anything else that we can expect you doing soon? Any projects?
Well, I'm really actually thinking about doing a calendar, not necessarily a calendar, because calendars, then you have to get them out at a certain time, but like a cookbook where there's one recipe. It's almost like a calendar cookbook, and I have a recipe of the month, and then and my brother gave me this idea. Shout out Leslie. But he said, like, January, what's a special day in January? And then have a recipe for January. And then February, maybe Valentine's Day. And then March, like Jaire's birthday is in March. What's his favorite dish? So I'm thinking about doing something like that. So then I only have to come up with 12 recipes.
Yep.
And every month it's featured something based on what that month means to me. So I'm really thinking about doing that.
Okay.
For anybody who hasn't been to the mama-fee.com, all kind of, jackets and headgear, cups and stuff. I've got Mama Fee mugs. I have shirts that say smooches. You just said something. Come on, God. Faith of a mustard seed. All kind of stuff out there. So just show some love. Give it to somebody else, but just trying to work a lot of different angles and just seeing where I land.
Yeah. That is a perfect, really smart idea for the calendars, by the way. I know a lot of people who would be into that for sure.
I'm going to find my 12 favorite recipes and put them in, like I said, rather than a calendar, in like a little book or something. I haven't figured out how I'm going to package it yet, but it'll be like and that way you could just keep reusing it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it won't be It won't necessarily be a year. It'll just be a 12, you know what I'm saying, January, and have maybe a calendar with 31 days and then have a big something in the middle with my recipe.
Perfect. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I've loved your cooking. Your Instagram lives when you go cooking are so fun. I love them. And it does, they look so, that lasagna, all the things you put in it, I would never think putting in it, and it's like looked so good.
It really, I only got a little corner because it had so much cheese in it, it would have
Yeah.
killed me. Because
I
I
love
can't eat
cheese.
dairy like that. But I tasted and I said, oh man, I really want to eat this. But I didn't. Yeah, but like this weekend I did the lamb and the potatoes and the carrots. Actually, I did that today. Yeah, I did that just this morning. I did a rack of lamb and some roasted potatoes and some glazed carrots. Thank you, Blue. I love the way we be doing these glazed carrots. It's smashing. And so I put that out there. Tomorrow I think I'm gonna do some lobster tails in the salad tomorrow.
Ooh, oh my gosh. We need a restaurant. Forget the cookbook. We need a Mama Feet restaurant. I want to try this food by you. I don't want to cook it.
You know what? Now, you say that. Our family has always been known for cooking. My grandmother was like the grill master. That's real. When I remember growing up and she cooked everybody's barbecue ribs for the holidays. My mom has had her own business baking for years. She has a business license and everything. She's got the hands for baking. She does everything, doesn't use a recipe, none of that. My aunt Elaine and them had their own business cooking and grilling and barbecuing. One of my cousins, Chantel, shout out Chantel. She's gone to chef culinary school and everything. She cooks. So cooking is really something that we always revolved around the kitchen and food. That's why I think everybody in our family loves cooking.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I've always said I used to tell Jair when he was a child, I said, one day you're going to open a restaurant. It's going to be called J. Anthony's because his name is Jair Anthony Cannon. I said, J. Anthony's. I said, I just see that name somewhere.
Yes.
And he
I
used
do
to
too.
laugh at me, but I think one day at some point we're going to stand up this family restaurant that we've never stood up because we can all cook.
Yeah. We would all be behind it. Like
Okay.
we would literally lined up. I'm not kidding.
I'll
That's
let
such
you
a
know when we stand it up.
okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
I
Um,
want to tell you thank you and I appreciate
oh,
you. Sorry for all the chaos with my computer again. I know it was tied to these headphones. I knew it had to be. So now I got to figure out how to make that problem go away for the
yeah.
next time I'm supposed to go live. But I
Yeah.
really appreciate you, Stephanie. Like I said, I think you do a fabulous job. I hope you get more interviews with people. Just reach out to them, DM them. They'll come live with you because you're doing a great job.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate that more than you ever know. You are an icon. How can people find you before we go? I want to let them know. Social media.
Instagram is Felicia.cannon.9. I think my TikTok is just Mama Dash Feet. Ooh, see, that's where I need my phone. The store is mama-feet.com. My Instagram, Felicia.cannon.9. And you'll have go to Linktree, and all of my links are in there to every social media thing that I have. That's where you'll find me.
Perfect. That's what I need, a link tree. Thank you, Felicia, so much. This means the world to me. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye.
Send me the video after you get it edited because I want to post it too.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.